I'd like to make a motion to amend this item and to change the total requested amount from $255,974,527 to $245,974,527.
Motion has been made. Is it seconded?
It is seconded.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any discussion thereof? It will require a majority vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 That's 2 affirmative votes. The motion fails.
Once we allocate this money here today in the bond commission, it becomes a liability, essentially. It's on the books. This $10 million sits there for this. And that's $10 million that cannot be used to actually fix a road, to actually fix a bridge, to actually do rail or bus transportation improvements. It's $10 million that will sit there on the books, and based on your answer, it's not even money that's going to be spent in the next 5, 6, 7, 8 months. So that's $10 million that could have been used to actually repair roads, fix bridges, things that I think all of us here would like to see happen that would no longer be able to be used because of this allocation here today, sitting on the books moving forward. And I think it's inappropriate for us to be worried about our roads and bridges and then have this $10 million just sitting out there and not being spent and used. The legislature, Section 422, there's only $13 million available under the Interstate Highway Program for the year. By doing this, we're basically saying that of that, 376,600 of that authorization for the entire year can only be used on tolls.
As you're well aware, that is a tiny fraction of what the state spends on transportation, a tiny fraction of what the state spends on transportation overall. If your vote is being made out of your desire to retain that control over that $350,000, so be it.
Well, it's $3,760,000, and I mean, listen, I'm not a very wealthy person. Where I come from, that's still a lot of money. I know it's been described as a drop in the bucket for what the state of Connecticut spends, and as you just mentioned, it's a very small fraction of what we spend on things, but that's still a lot of money, and that's a lot of taxpayer money every year that will go for paying for this 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, however the length of this bond that we issue for the special tax obligation bond is. To me, I think we need to be a little bit more prudent about how we're spending that taxpayer money, and by going forward with a study, which admittedly may not even happen, and to put it on the books and restrict our ability to spend that money on roads and bridges, things that I think the taxpayers would expect that money to be spent on, is inappropriate. And to refer to it as simply as just a small fraction or a small amount of money, $10 million overall is a lot of money, at least where I come from.